Our next inductee is Dave Holman. Holman attended UIndy from 1965 and obviously graduated in 1969 and garnered 8 letters in his athletic career, including 3 in football and wrestling and 2 in track and field. After a busy career with the Greyhounds, Dave turned his passion toward coaching student athletes at the collegiate and high school levels. At Eastern Hancock, Southport, and Center Grove High Schools, the results of his coaching were immense. Of his former athletes, 4 have been inducted into the Indiana Wrestling and Track and Field Hall of Fame. 2 qualified for the U.S. Olympic trials in the hammer throw, and 1 of his high school student athletes was named the Gatorade Circle of Champions Indiana Track and Field Athlete of the Year. Holman's long list of coaching achievements led to his induction into the Indiana Wrestling Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 1995. Then nearly a decade later, in 2004, he received the highest award bestowed by the same association with the Bill Thom Award for career achievement as a coach, wrestler, and contributor to Indiana high school wrestling. Dave also spent 10 years from 2002 to 12 as a throwers coach at UIndy, where his expertise helped produce 2 NCAA Division II individual national champions. Congratulations to Dave Holman, the 2016 University of Indianapolis Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you, Matt. I have a speech. And a couple days ago, Matt said I was limited to 3 minutes, so I had to throw half of these away. But my main objective here is to thank all these people that meant a lot to me and have helped me over the years. I want to first of all thank my grandparents and my parents for teaching me a good work ethic while I was growing up. And my 95-year-old mother, who couldn't be here, wanted me to tell everybody that she was proud of me. So I promised her I'd say that. You know how moms are. So I got that done. I had some unique experiences as a coach. I was right out of college, and I was thrown into a situation of helping pioneer a high school football program at Eastern Hancock High School in 1969. That was a unique experience. We didn't even have a field, and had to rent a field for the first couple of years. I had the unique experience to be able to come back to Southport High School, to my alma mater, to coach. I had another unique experience to be able to come back to UIndy, an alma mater, to coach. So not everybody has that opportunity. I had to write these things down so I wouldn't run on. Mike Watkins told me this afternoon, he's a friend of mine, and we wrestled, obviously in different weight classes, if you know Mike, but we wrestled together in college here, and he said, don't let him run on. Okay? So I wrote these things down. I would like to start by saying that I'm very honored to be receiving this award. It's very special to be recognized by your alma mater, and that means a lot. I have several people I want to thank. I want to thank, and I promised her I wouldn't mention her, but I lied. My wife of 47 years, sitting over there with the pink sweater. She's the love of my life, my best friend. We met here on campus, and we've been married 47 years. So I want to also thank my family, my friends who are here, especially our 3 kids. My daughter Julie, her 2 boys, Peyton and Rylan, my son Jason, and his wife Catalina, and daughter Emily could not be here. My son Jared and his wife Lindsay, and our other grandson Everett couldn't be here either. But of all the accomplishments that I've had in my life, I think my wife would agree that we consider those 3 kids our proudest accomplishment. And they've all gone on to be very successful adults. So we did our job good. That's 2 cars. I also wanted, sorry about this, I do tend to run on if I went through. Sorry, Matt. I don't think anybody else is limited to it. I think Josh did limit his to 3 minutes. Anyway, I want to thank Dennis Young, who's a friend of mine. I coached his son here at UIndy, and he's the one that nominated me. He says he didn't, but I think he did. And I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for my selection. I want to thank Matt and Janelle and the Greyhound Club staff for everything that they do for this university. I want to thank Dr. Willie, Scott Young, and the athletic department for all their support. And I've been Sue's ear more than once when I was coaching here about things that I need. I told her last night, you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So I was pretty squeaky at times. Special things at times.
All the time.
I went in one time and asked her a question. I stuck my head in her office and I said, "Are you busy?" And she said, "Yes." So I just went in and sat down. And she looked at me and she says, "Okay, what do you want?" So, you know. The next guy, I want to thank Scott Fangman. He came in. He's the bald-headed guy over there at the table right this morning. He's probably the reason I'm standing here, because when I was coaching wrestling, I had some moderate success, but when I quit coaching wrestling at Southport, he talked me into coming out and coaching the throwers, and I've been a thrower in high school and college, so you know, it's kind of a natural fit. And if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be here, because my success as a throws coach is much better than my success as a wrestling coach. Scott actually has a Hall of Fame resume of his own, and I know one day he's going to be recognized for his accomplishments, so I want to thank him a lot. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. I really enjoyed my career here as an athlete at UIndy, Indiana Central at that time. I chose this university because I wanted to get a good education and I wanted to be involved in sports. And I couldn't have done that at a big school. So I had that opportunity here, and I'm not being recognized for what I did as an athlete, but mainly what I did as a coach. And I have several people I'd like to thank that, you know, had a great influence on me as a coach, and I'll get to that in a second. I was what you might call a jack of all trades, master of none athlete. You know, I was there, I worked hard, scored points for the team. I was good at every sport, but not great at any of them, you know. But when I came here, I found my niche at Indiana Central, or UIndy. And I was able to be a 3-year starter in football and wrestling, and 2 years in track and field. And as I said, I couldn't have done that in a big school. So that meant a lot to me. I also made a lot of lifelong friends here, and everybody has mentioned family. Feeling at this school, and we still have a group of kids, yeah, we're all 60, almost 70 years old now. Group of people that we still associate with on a regular basis that were friends of ours in college, and obviously met a great wife as well, so I've been truly blessed. I was also blessed to have great coaches in high school and here at UIndy. My high school coaches, I just got to read these names off. This is a Hall of Fame list, and I know that you could realize, appreciate this, and I think some of these you probably would be familiar with, these names. Here tonight, sitting at the table over here, is my high school football coach, Chuck Robbins, and his wife, Ellen, and he's a member of the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. Sitting over here is one of my high school wrestling coaches, Bill Bain, and his wife, Becky, member of the Indiana High School Wrestling Hall of Fame. The late Chauncey McDaniel, head wrestling coach, member of the Indiana High School Wrestling Hall of Fame. The late Tom Hathaway, and it meant a lot to me to have Jane and his daughter Dolores and their family here tonight. I was hoping that they would come. Tom Hathaway is a name very familiar here at UIndy, and a member of the Indiana Track and Field Hall of Fame and the UIndy Hall of Fame. And then finally, my college football and wrestling coach, Paul Velez, and I told Matt last night, give me a couple of minutes, I can tell a lot of stories about Paul, but he said, no, you have to limit your time. I know it's already over, Matt, but just hang in there with me, okay? Paul, member of the Indiana High School Wrestling Hall of Fame and the UIndy Hall of Fame. So I was very fortunate to have these coaches growing up and giving me a great foundation. I want to thank again all the athletes that I coached over 44 years of coaching at the high school and the college level. I wouldn't be here tonight if it obviously weren't for their accomplishments. Things that I most am proud of as a coach, the accomplishments of my athletes over the years, making them better kids, better athletes, better people, providing a good role model for them through high school, the high school athlete, particularly in the college kids, maintaining high standards at the program here. When I came, we already had a good tradition of throwing events due to Jerry England and Andy Richardson being here before I came, and they're continuing on with that today. Having several of my athletes go on to be successful college and high school coaches. And one of my proudest moments was, I think it was 2002 or 2003, I was sitting at the scores table at the state wrestling finals, and I had 5 of my former wrestlers coaching on the floor. That was pretty special. So some of those guys are still in it. Some of them are retired already, believe it or not. In closing, as I said, I've been blessed to be able to look back on my coaching career and say, I don't regret what I didn't accomplish as a coach, but I'm very proud of what I did accomplish as a coach. And thank you very much, and go Broncos.